Hi, this is Mary Ploppins with Turd Talk. People always tell me that they can't afford to eat like me, so today I thought I'd prove them wrong and share one of my hacks for getting the best quality food for a fraction of what most people are paying at the supermarket. And I gotta tell you, it's virtually recession-proof if it's done right. Before we get started, please help me reach more people who need this kind of information by giving me a like and share on this video. Now, let's get on with it.
Welcome to Turd Talk with Mary Poppins.
Pork has been bashed by the U.S. food oligarchy, as I like to call them, for decades now. And around this developed a kind of mythology about how toxic it is and immoral it is, or whatever BS people want to spew. But in Chinese medicine, it's considered a neutral food, which means it doesn't heat the body too much and it doesn't cool the body too much. In fact, it lubricates the intestines and actually strengthens them, especially the cuts I'm about to show you. Unlike fiber, magnesium, and most of the herbs people use for constipation, pork actually goes deeper into the intestines to jumpstart pumping and literally peels older waste off the gut wall. So let's take a look at the type of cuts I'm talking about. Actually, let's preface this with saying that it all started when I reached out to a farmer who raises animals 100% on grass and forage. I was looking for a pig's head for Christmas, which I haven't had since I was 16 years old living in Yugoslavia. And by the way, I once thought that I couldn't tolerate fats until I remembered eating those fatty pig cheeks back in Yugoslavia, and they never made me sick. What I found out later was that it was actually plant-based vegetable, or now called seed oils, that were the problem. So I know that most people are squeamish about this part, and that's why I reached out to her, thinking that she might either have one in the freezer or be able to reserve one for me next time she went to slaughter. I honestly was not ready for the amount of savings that I got, because the farmer decided to take the opportunity to clear out her freezer. So along with the head, I got not 2, 3, 4, but 5 pork shanks. She also threw in a pork belly, which you can see I got a little puka in the bag, and that's why you can see some freezer burn, but I'm just going to scrape that off. It'll be fine. And she also threw in a quart of blood because I happened to tell her I was planning to make some kind of blood sausage. And of course, she also threw in the head. Altogether, that was 26 pounds of meat, and of course there's bones in it, but just wait, because the meat I can use in things like tacos and spring rolls, casseroles, soups and stews and all that kind of stuff. The bones are going to make a fabulous rich stock. So let's do the math. Okay, so first we have 5 pork shanks, which at retail would be $14 each. That's $70. And then we have a pork belly for $16. That was 2 pounds of pork, so $8 per pound. The quart of blood I priced out online at $10. And the head was a whopping $80. And the entire price would have been $176. But of course, I did not pay that. What did I pay, you say? $40. And actually, I gave her a little extra because that's just kind of what popped out of my wallet. But still, $40. So that's almost an 80% savings over the retail price. Maybe you want to know how you can get on this. There are websites such as eatwild.com, My Health Forward, Organic Consumers, and the Weston A. Price Foundation website. All 4 of those are excellent for, just do a search. They have farms that ask to be placed on their list, and you can just do a search on their website, and that's always a great place to start. But you might have farmers markets where you live. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to be selling the meat at the market, but go there and talk to other farmers. A good place might be if there's someone who makes a local cheese or someone who sells eggs. Those are usually the people who can, most likely hook you up with a neighbor or someone that they purchase from. And then, of course, there are health food stores. Now, the smaller health food stores will not sell local meat most of the time. However, they often have like a bulletin board where people will advertise whatever it is that they're selling. Sometimes they sell, for example, vegetable boxes or, some kind of a food co-op. Those are really the best ways to do it. And just talk to people. This is a community that you're going to be building. And once the ships go down, as we're seeing right now with the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and China ends fertilizer exports, the farmers you want to connect with are the ones who are not using the industrial fertilizers that rely on oil from Iran or wherever else. You want people who are raising their animals on grass. It's actually very doable, and humans have done it right up until Big Ag became a thing. All right, and just keep in mind that all the chemicals they're using were once used to exterminate people on the other side of the world. Don't wait for relief from the system. Build your network today. And if you do it now before everyone else realizes that they don't have a food source, you will become the favorite. You don't want to be the last person clamoring at the farmer's door trying to get food. You want to be somebody who's already grandfathered into the system. Let me know what you think of this video. I think everybody can do this. I have done this literally all over the world because I actually even do it when I go on vacation everywhere from Costa Rica to Japan. I have been able to do some permutation of this. If you like this kind of content, please leave a comment below with what you found useful and what you'd like me to expand on in the future. This is Mary Ploppins. See you next time.
Power to the poop.